I am Jonathan Majors, and I play Raphael. This script came to me uh, pretty standard via my team, and pretty new to I just graduated from school, so I wasn't really aware of how things kind of worked. And so I got the script, and I was like, well, what? We put this on tape, and he was like, the director wants to meet with you. So I'm like, cool. And so I go and read the script from my agent, and then I meet up with Rupert at a restaurant, and that's how the process began. I fell in love with the script. I thought, okay, this is interesting. Primarily because the characters, for one, that we are in a world in which um, everybody. First off, you have co-protagonists. Um, they ebb and flow about who's in focus, who's not in focus. Ultimately, you realize that they're all kind of deeply interconnected through family. Um, Rafe and Gabe being brothers, and Mulligan being the partner of our deceased father. So I was amazed by that 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 trinity that we're kind of following these three storylines. A country, the United States of America, is under occupation, which is something that we are probably one of the very few countries that are fortunate enough to never be really under occupation, though we've occupied and currently occupy quote unquote other countries. And so we're in a vulnerable situation because we're being occupied by something more powerful than us. And that is one, drama, and two, unheard of. How is that possible that America could be occupied? And we are, by these other creatures, these aliens. And they've come and they've taken over our government, and they've taken over essentially our way of life. Everything we know now, digital watches gone, smart cars gone, smart anything gone. We're back to Rafe has a line. We're going backwards. To the dark ages, extinction, and we're slowly trickling back and back and back into like the caveman ages. We're almost done. Rafe is the older brother to Gabriel, and our father and mother were a police officer and a teacher, which is very cool. That in Chicago, our parents were very domestic, social disciples of humanity. They're police officers, so they're keeping us safe, and they're teachers, so they're educating us, right? Like that is as down home as you can possibly get. And during the occupation, when it begins, our father begins to fight back. Our mother begins to fight back. The connection between Gabriel and Rafe is that, and Mulligan, is that our father being a cop, his partner is Mulligan, which we all know. That's the whole family knows that. But Rafe and Gabriel are young boys when this happens, and ultimately we become orphaned, and that's kind of where we begin the story. Rupert and Erica, the writers of the show, and Rupert being the director, did a great job, I think, of laying out breadcrumbs on how they got to where they got. Now, how they picked up one breadcrumb to the next breadcrumb, they left in some ways open for the actor to interpret and to kind of build. In addition to taking our natural resources, destroying our communication digitally, they've essentially locked down our airwaves, so we cannot connect. We can't connect, which is, I think, one of the biggest themes in the film, especially for Rafe, the need to connect, the need to hold on to and heal things. And without communication, he can't, and we as a society can't do that. We are living in a place where there's so much surveillance. We are being run by one power. It is their way. There is no communication between the people and the power. There is no communication between the people and the people. We are put in a situation where we simply exist, and we're being watched. And so we can't exist the way we wish to exist. We can't gather. There's nothing that we can do that will, we can't connect. The jammer is such a metaphor and a theme that we're jammed and we can't get to each other, and we're not doing it to ourselves. There's something greater than us, and not the greatest thing, but something greater than us stopping us from connecting, and they're watching our every move. And I mean, Big Brother turned up to 20 million, in the process of being fortunate enough to receive the role, earn the role, we met pre-Trump administration and post-Trump administration. And pre-Trump administration, we were just we felt that there was something looming, but the script was written way before this became a thing. I think Rupert's been working. He's been working on the script for years. I know that. He and Eric have been working on it for a very long time. So the script was written during the Obama administration. I think that's fair to say. But now there's been so many correlations between the world that we're living in captive state, and the world that we actually dwell in now. There's a moment in the film where myself, Anita, and Daniel are escaping Chicago, and we have to walk through these scanners because only a certain group of people are authorized to travel. Now, we didn't know. I'd bet the bank on it that Rupert didn't know that we would be dealing with a Muslim ban, quote unquote. He didn't know that the press would be locked out of the White House, at certain times. I'm certain he didn't know that. There is no art in captive state. There is none. I mean, there's no references. There's nothing. And we are in a position now where we might lose the National Endowment of the Arts. PBS is has its back against the wall. So we're in a state, no pun intended, very similar to where we are now.